Perfect. Yeah, my body is so tired. They had like this competition where I work out and you have to do like a certain amount of classes and like certain amount of days for a t-shirt. Like the things we do for a t-shirt, my body is so tired from needing to like double up a couple of the days that I am so excited that tomorrow will be my first day off. So if you do have a band, it's going to go right next to you. We're going to start just with our little warm up and then we'll dive into it. So go ahead and lay all the way down. Let your feet come nice and flat on that mat and then just reach your hands up overhead. You're going to let your back arch off of the mat. Feel that nice good morning stretch. Press your lower back into the mat and then reach that back up one more time, letting it arch and then pressing it in. Bring your hands down to your side for me. Take a big inhale through your nose. If you want to place your hand on your lower belly and your heart, you can. Just take that big inhale and feel your belly rise all the way to that highest point, and then exhale, contracting through your abs, pulling your lower back onto the mat. Give me one more big inhale here. You're welcome to close your eyes for a second if you want to as you start setting that intention, holding that breath at the top, and then exhale all of that air out, contracting through your abs. You'll bring your hands back to your side, start to wiggle your toes. They come flat on your mat for me. And then your hands come behind your head. Take the big inhale. We're headed up into a 2 count in that crunch. So we're going to lift up on that 2 count and lower down, nice and slow to start. Exhale, lift on that 2 count, inhale, lower all the way back down. So as you get started in this warm up, these first 3 changes are really here for you to just check in with your body. Drive your feet into the mat. And as you're reaching all the way up, think about pressing your head into your hands as opposed to pulling on that neck. You're going to hold at the top after this next full range. So come all the way up. You'll come back one more time, then exhale, lift and hold. Now I want you to come just up an inch and down an inch. Think about tucking through that tailbone. So as you lift up, it's almost like you're just contracting through that core to lift up an inch and down an inch. Just give me 6 here and we hold. In 5, good. In 4, we hold. In 3, last 2, freeze for me at the top. Now reach those arms long and strong. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, can you come up 1 inch higher, but release your shoulders. There's no tension happening there. Reaching just towards those ankles for me. Feet are flat on the mat. Final change. Tap that right ankle and that left ankle. Notice our pace here. We're going slow and controlled, but we're trying to just really dig into that oblique as we tap right side and that left side here for 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6 more taps. It's 5. We hold center here in 3. In 2, last tap, come back to the center. Hands come behind your head, come up 1 inch higher for 3, for 2, and then lower all the way down. First rest. You're going to float those legs up to tabletop for me here. Option for you to grab that band for that first or second ab series, I should say, if you want the band. Band's going to come above your knees. You do not need it. We're just going to give ourselves like a little bit of added tension here. Now, before you start to move, again, medium band, light band, don't go too heavy for your abs. Take your knees and press them away from your hips. And then I'm going to have you go ahead and flex through your feet, driving those heels to the wall in front of you. Hands come back behind your head. Single out that crunch, lift and lower. So you're not racing through it, but it's a little bit faster than that 2 count. Exhale, lift, inhale to lower. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. You're going to give me 3 more right here, and then you're going to hold at the top after this next one, all the way up and hold. Now press out for 2, pull back in with control. Even if you don't have a band here, think about, can I squeeze? Can I press my knees open and squeeze to bring them back in? So outer thigh, Siri really wants to participate today. Reaching, and every time that you pull those knees apart, think, can I contract through lower abs to pull them back in? Inner thighs and outer thighs working right here. Go ahead and lower head, neck, and shoulder on this next one. We'll add it together. Lift up, press out, and lower down. Lift up, press out on those knees, and we lower down. We're just getting everything nice and warm, building on that first set. So now I want you to stay at the top and just pulse out an inch and up an inch, out an inch and up an inch. Good. For 10, press those knees away from you. 8 and 7, up and out, up and out. You have it. 5 and a hold, 4 and a hold,
3 more here, elbows stay wide for 2. On 1, freeze at the top, feet are flexed. You're gonna extend that left leg, tap right ankle, slow. It's all a 2 count. Extend, tap that right knee, come back to center. You extend and tap, back to center. Extend and tap, back to center. 1 more each side for me because I know that you can. All the way back. Now from here, take those elbows in. You tap knees to elbows, elbows to knees, less than 20 seconds and you're out. You should be on fire right here. Just tap elbows to knees, come into that tight little ball. Yes, we're right there. 8, nice, Amy. 7 and 6. Everyone go ahead and point through those toes for me. It'll make it easier. 5, 4, 3, and 2, 1, rest. Knees come into your chest, knees come into your chest. Abs should be warm for us. Go ahead and cross those ankles. Give yourself that nice little rock from side to side. We're gonna go ahead right into that first bridge series. Leave that band right where it is above those knees. Now I want you to heel toe those feet nice and wide. So again, doesn't matter if you don't have a band, we're gonna get into outer thighs and a little bit of inner thigh love. So heels are on the edge of that mat, toes are gonna be off, just keep it nice and wide. Press your hands into the mat, tuck your tailbone and lift the top for me. From here, I just want you to hold and check in with your body. Can you tuck your tailbone under for me, driving through your heels, relaxing your shoulders? You're just holding at the top of that range. Now from here, you're gonna come halfway down, lift, squeeze. Less about that thrusting motion, more about that tuck happening in your tailbone. Halfway down, lift, squeeze. Really start to focus right here on firing up the center of your booty into your outer thighs. 8 and 7. You have 6 right here. It's 5, 4, beautiful. 3, 2. On this last one, little presses at the top. Press, squeeze, press, squeeze. All you're doing is tucking at the top of your range, squeezing through that center booty. 8 and 7, good. 6 and a hold, it's 5 more here, and 4 and 3, you hold in 2. Now just freeze for me. I want you to press your knees out an inch and in an inch. I don't care if you have a band or not, because you can feel this. If you drive through your heels and fight to keep your glutes lifted as you press out and in, you're gonna really feel that outer thigh start to fire up. Can you add it together? Pulse up, press out. Make it one movement if you can. Pulse up and out. So you're squeezing your center booty, pressing out on those knees. You have 6 here total, and you hold at the top. In 5, yes, you can. 4 to go. You press up and out, press up and out for 3, for 2, on 1, uphold. Now I want you to make sure your feet for this next change are about hips width distance apart. Now press your hands into the mat. You're gonna float left leg to tabletop, place it back down, and then right leg to tabletop. Don't have too much movement here or you're gonna lose your band. If you start to lose your band, just go slower, keep knees pressing apart, and I want you to keep your hips lifted. Yes, perfect pace, Amy. Everyone's lifting and then you lower. So you have to hold that squeeze on your glute to stay lifted here. Everyone's gonna meet me with their right leg lifted in 3, wherever you are. 2, meet me with your right leg in tabletop. Right leg in tabletop, hold. Squeeze your left cheek up an inch and down an inch. All it is pulses and a hold. You know, we've been working on these. So think to yourself, can you squeeze left cheek a little bit harder? If you need to, modification, bring right ankle over left knee to keep it lifted. You're holding in 6. Yes, you can. 5, beautiful, nice change. 4, 3, hold for me, and 2. It's an 8 count hold and you set that foot down. So I know you can do this. Extra challenge if you want to. If you don't have a band, straighten that leg out. You might lose the band. If you do have a band on, keep it bent. Perfect. Hold 6, hold 5. Set your foot down in 4. Do not lower your glutes. You can do this in 3, in 2, set that foot down, hold. Give me little pulses at the top to reset, little pulses at the top to reset. You can do it. 4 and 3, beautiful. 2, now you're gonna freeze, move that weight into your right foot, bring that left leg to tabletop. You don't have to do another round of your lifts. Now pulse that up. And by pulsing that up, you're squeezing your right side. You're on your dominant side. Even though your left leg is lifted, you fight through that right cheek. 6, good. 5, you can do it. Press into that mat. Help your hips stay lifted. 4 and a hold. 3 and a hold. 2, and you freeze right here. Freeze for me, freeze for me, freeze for me. You can do this. 6 counts. Foot comes down. You have 1 change. That's how I know you're gonna be fine. Extra challenge if you want to. Straighten out that leg. If you don't have a band on, hold 3. Hold 2, place that foot down, full range to finish. Full range with that abduction. Lower down, press knees out. Here's your finisher. You're not gonna wanna do it. You're gonna wanna take the break. Lower down, press those knees out at the top. Yes, you can. Lower down.
Press those knees out. Think the center of your booty is squeezing as tight as you can. Belly button pulls in towards your spine. Your shoulders are relaxed. Give me 3. Give me 2. Good. Last one. And then you rest. Bring everything down. Bring knees into your chest. Good. You're going to slide that band down around your ankles. If you have a band on, perfect. From here, rock yourself up. You're going to flip your feet behind you. First plank. You might have to readjust the band if you're using it. Just right above those ankles. And then from here, you're going to walk down to your forearms. And then you'll go ahead and walk your feet back, tuck your toes, and find that plank. I have a band on, it's yellow, so you can't really see it, but I don't want to be the only one in this plank. So I know everyone's going to meet me here. So I want you to take that big inhale here for me. I'm going to give you a sip of water after this, I promise. So what I want you to think about these first 10 minutes as you've been setting that intention and getting nice and warm in your plank right here. If you don't have a band and you want to bring your feet together, you can. I'm going to cue that extra challenge of opening those feet if you do have that band. And I want you to take a big breath right here. And then I want you to lift your seat up just about an inch. And then I want you to re-tuck your tailbone so that you are squeezing and contracting through your glutes. Pressing that mat away so that your shoulders are engaged, but they're pulling away from your ear. You're already past that halfway point. So I just need you to breathe for me. I want you to take that extra challenge if you want it. You're going to bend right knee, bend that left knee, pedal out those knees, but think to yourself, hips stay square. You're focused on your abs right here, that contraction and control through your core. If you're just holding on to that isometric hold, I'm fine with it. You're going to stay just as warm. I need 10 and 9. You have 8 more seconds. 7. Beautiful. 6 and 5. Final 4 and a rest. 3 and a rest. 2. Slide that band up. Find your child's pose. Nice work. Find your rest. Good. Take that big inhale here for me. And then on that exhale, I want you to reach your fingertips just a couple inches further towards the front of that mat. I am going to keep you down here for your outer glute and your outer thigh. We will stand, but I want you to then take that band back above your knees. We're just going to some old school basic clamshells. We're going to start on our left side. My friends who don't have bands, if you want to stick a weight behind your knee for the first couple changes, you can, but I know that you know how to flex through your foot. Here's where we're changing things up today for a little bit. I always cue you laying flat. I would like for you to start on your forearms, give your shoulders a little bit of love. It will change your range of motion. I don't love it here either. I'm going to go lay all the way down when I feel like I'm digging into dropping my oblique or my shoulder. But to start on that side, here's where I did cue you for that band above your knees. Courtney, if you take that band, my friends that don't have, if you have that band, so Court, take that band around the ball of your foot and then slide it above your knee. Just really going to have some fun with you today. Yep. So from here, you're going to press that right hand in the mat, lift into your clamshell, come down to a hover. I need your foot flexed. Now you're forced. My friends who decided to follow me into this extra challenge, band is around the ball of your foot and then it's just wrapped around your knee. It's not going to go anywhere, I promise. You are hinging forward here. If you have a weight behind your knee, you're squeezing that weight. If your body weight, you're just squeezing from that corner pocket of your booty. Meet me at the top and just give me little pulses up. Now, because we're lifted on that forearm, our shoulders are going to start to talk to you. I want you to fight to keep your oblique lifted. If you need to, you lay all the way flat. I'm going to cue you to lay flat in about 2 changes. All I want you to think about is the squeeze coming right from that corner pocket of your booty. 6 and 5. Beautiful. 4 and a hold. 3 and a hold. 2 on 1. Just freeze right here. Is that heel toward your seat. You're going to press back for 2. Pull it center for 2. You have it. Back 2. Center for 2. Notice hips and top half aren't moving. That leg stays lifted and it stays in that 90 with or without that band or that weight. These are fun. I know. I promise you're going to get nice and warm in a second too. You dish that band shortly. So hold on to this for me. 6 and 5. Good. 4 and 3. Hold on to it for 2. Now leave that leg back for me. Now lift up an inch, down an inch. Here's where some of you need to lay all the way down based on your range of motion, and that's okay. I want you to give me those little lifts from that corner pocket. Drive that heel back. From here, you're going to pulse it back an inch, pulse up an inch. You're going to cramp a tiny bit. We're going to fight right through this. Pulse back an inch, pulse up an inch. You're not usually hearing me. I don't even know if I've ever cued you guys into this. 8 and 7. 6 and 5, hold on to it, 4 and 3, beautiful, 2, last one, bring that knee back, you're gonna slide it off. If you have a band, you're just gonna hold on to that band and extend your leg out in a flex. If you don't have a band, your hand stays stamped in front of you, I'm fine with that too, ditch your weight. You're gonna just pulse up an inch and down an inch. So we went from that side corner pocket of your booty. Now we're in that outer thigh. So I need you to just fight here. It's a little baby pulse. Oh yes, thank you for getting that band. Now everybody take your toes and start to face them down towards the floor. Up an inch and down an inch. You got to squeeze from your leg. You should start to feel nice and warm here. The pressure from that band is engaging that arm and that leg. 4 and 3. We have it. 2. Hold on. 1 for me. Little bend and extend. Ooh, this is where it fires up for me. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Go 8 and 7, keep pressing, keep pulling. That elbow's right on your hip. It's 6 and 5, toes face that front of the room or point down. For 3, you hold in 2, 1, freeze. You're gonna draw that upside down smiley face to the back of that foot, to the front of that foot. Here's where it really starts to get fun. 6 and 5, you've got 4 more big half circles. 3 and 2, on 1, bring it forward. Here's where we finish. Can you bring it forward towards that front knee and pulse it up to finish? Yes, you can. You should be on fire right here. I need you to give me 10 seconds and I need you to trust your body. So I need you to press through that heel, drive toes down. 8 and 7, you rest in 6, good, in 5, keep lifting. 4 and 3, final 2, leg comes down, you rest. Beautiful. Take that band for me, come into your all 4 position. You're gonna take that band right around your wrist. Again, you don't need it for this, but if you are gonna hang in there with that extra challenge, band's gonna come right around those wrists. You're gonna open those hands up. I do not have you in push-ups or planks long, so hold on to this for me for that extra challenge if you want it. Modified push-up is fine. If not, I want you to walk those feet back. If you're here for me today, and then you're gonna lower on your 2 count. I'm fine if you're on your knees, but I want you to press down, press back up. The band is just gonna add a little bit of pressure on your arms. You only have 30 seconds right here, and we go to the other side of your glutes. Press those palms apart here. Yes, beautiful. Push-ups look amazing. I need you to give me just 10 more seconds. You press back into a child's pose, your legs deserve a stretch. In 5, nice change. 4, slow. 3 and 2, last one, and then press back for me. Good. Press back. Set that band to the side, open your knees up nice and wide. Now's your moment that you get to take that sip of water if you'd like it. Glutes should be nice and warm. We'll go through that next side in a second. I love this new trick with the band around my knee and foot instead of just around your upper thigh. So I hope you are enjoying this nice little change. So as we get into that other side, again, I never really cue you on your forearm. So if you can hang there for me on that forearm, that would be amazing. Bring your feet up, and then the band now goes up around that left ball of your foot. And you're just gonna pull it right above your knee. You should not feel any concern that it's gonna go anywhere. All I'm forcing you to do is that 90 degree that I always am talking to you about. So from here, I want you to take a big inhale, relax your shoulders. I know that your right side's a little bit tired here. You can always press into the mat with that left hand. You're gonna lift up, come down to a hover. Good. Lift up, come down to a hover. This morning, our focus in class was deadlifts with some hip opener. I can feel them right this second. Good, we're gonna lift all the way up and we're gonna lower to a hover. Lift all the way up. I want your heel, whether you have a weight behind it, no prop at all, your heel is squeezing back towards your seat. You're gonna meet me at the top after this next one and just start pulsing it up. Here's where I need you to think, are you lifted from that oblique? Don't sink into your shoulder. And then as you lift your knee, you're gonna want the movement to come from your knee. Can you make it come from that outer thigh, that booty cheek for me? Squeeze 8 and 7, really strong in those shoulders, ladies. 6 and 5, final 4 and 3, good, 2. You freeze right here for me. Here's where you're gonna press back. On that 2 count, bring it forward on that 2 count. Press it back. Nothing is fast here. I want you to keep that leg lifted for me, but I want you to fight to pull your heel towards your seat, slow and controlled. The only person that you're racing is yourself. So don't go any faster than you're going. Enjoy the burn, enjoy the squeeze. Fight to keep it lifted. You're gonna hold it back in 3 more. Remember, you're pressing that mat away from you and you stay kicking that heel towards your seat. Hold this next one back for me. Lift up an inch and down. lift up an inch and down an inch. Now I know based on how tight my hips are, this is my moment to lay down, but you do not have to. 8 and 7. Remember, it's coming all from that corner pocket of your booty. Chest is still nice and proud. Pull belly button in. We've got 5 and we combo. 4 and 3. Enjoy this burn. 2. On that last one, you press back an inch, squeeze up an inch. Press, squeeze, and lift. Press, squeeze, and lift. Yes, you can. Go 8 and 7. Here's where you squeeze as tight as you can. Keep that leg lifted. It's going to want to start to fall down. Keep your heel towards your glute. 4 more to go. Good. 3. Final 2 right here. Last one, and you're going to slide that leg back in. You're going to take that band into your hand, and you're going to extend that leg out. Notice your toes are going to want to go up. I need you to turn your toes down so your foot is either parallel or your toes are reaching forward. Now just pulse up an inch and down an inch. Don't worry about like trying to get that band to you. I just want that light pressure. Elbow stays right on your hip, and then you extend to make that leg as long as possible for 8. For 7, everything should be migrating down the side of your leg. For 6 and 5, breathe for me right here. 4, you're welcome to lay all the way down. 3 and 2, hold for me. Little bend, extend. Little bend, extend. I only have 2 changes left for you. You know you have this. 6, little bend and extend. 5, reach that heel past your toe. 4, lengthen those thighs. Let them burn. 3 and 2. On 1, hold here. You drop that foot in front and behind. Think to yourself in this movement, it's that nice lift, like you're drawing that upside down U, that upside down smiley face, because we are all smiling through this. You've got 8, 7, good. 6, final change happens in 5. You're right there. 4 and 3, beautiful. 2, hold that foot towards the front, pull that band. Can you pull that foot forward? Pulse it to finish. 10 and 9, lengthen through the back of that knee. 8, don't cheat yourself. 7 and 6, you're right there. 5 and a rest. 4 and a rest. 3 and 2, 1, rest. No push-ups yet. Go ahead and come onto your back and bring your knees into your chest. Nice series. Slow, but you should feel that tomorrow. Hold there. And think to yourself as you go into that stretch, you can go into that happy baby on each side and extend one leg at a time, but take your time there. That was a lot in your hips, outer thighs, and that quad. Hold there for 3 for me. We're going to rock ourselves up in 2. And then once you switch it out, take an extra second if you need to. You're going to rock yourself into an all-4 position, and I'd like you to give me a couple cat-cow stretches just to stretch out that lower back for me. Lifting all the way up, tucking tailbone under, and then dropping that belly button down. When you're ready, find that neutral spine. Meet me in that downward dog. We have a series standing here, but you can pedal out those knees. Take your time. As you walk, hands to your feet, feet to your hands, and then roll yourself up to the top. And just because we're all having so much fun with the band, I'm going to stay with the band. You do not have to use it if it's too much on those arms. If you only have a heavy band, you'll just grab your weights, and that's okay too, and you'll just follow along. From here, with that band, I want you to bring your band right across those wrists again. Don't worry, legs get a break right here. Just a soft bend in them for me. If you're using weights, totally fine as well. If not, you're going to go into your bicep curl, but I need you to press into your band or you will not feel it. I put a flag in front of my house, and I think it's a person every single day. At night, I think there's a shadow at the door. It looks like a nice flag, but it is like a Grim Reaper movie every time I see it. You have 10 seconds here. 9 and 8. Good. 7. Press into that band. Almost like you're in that V. 6 and 5. Nice. 4 and 3. Meet me at 90. And 2. Last one, meet me at 90. Now just press out and in. Press out, pull back to 90. Press and squeeze. Notice your elbows stay right on your rib cage, and we're just pressing 6. Good. 5 right here. 4 more. 3 to go. Final 2. Let's put that together. So you give me 1 bicep curl back to 90, big press out. 1 bicep curl, come back to 90, big press out. The press out is going to fire you up, and then you're almost holding that press in your curl. Yes, about 10 seconds left. Make sure you give me those 2 movements, separate them, squeeze your tricep every time you fully extend. You're going to meet me at 90 in 4 and 3. Final 2, meet me at 90. Serve out for 2. Pull that band back in to hit your belly. Reach and squeeze, pull back in. Reach and squeeze, pull back in. sides of your arms into those forearms should be on fire. You hold it out in 3. You hold it out in 2. About halfway here, press out and in. It's out and in. Go 10 and 9. Hold on to it. 8 and 7. You're there. 6 and 5. You've got 4 and 3. Final 2 on 1. Bring that band back in. Take your right hand into that band, pressing down, left hand presses up. So you're gonna, with your left hand, squeeze that band, bring it to your chest, and then you're gonna press squeeze into your tricep extension. Press squeeze and release. Press squeeze and release. Good. Press, release. So you come back to 90 and then you squeeze that tricep with everything that you have. 8 and 7. Good. 6 and 5. Final 4, 3, 2, little pulses at that bottom. Go 10 and 9. You're right there. 8 and 7. You hold in 6. Don't lose it. Go 5 and 4. Final 3 and 2. Just hold. This is it. This is it on this side. You press and squeeze. You press and squeeze. Go 8 and 7. Can you take that weight off of your chest? So you're just pulling that band for 4, for 3, last 2 on 1. You come out of that. So that band is now being held by that right hand right at your chest. And then you're going to take your left hand and you're just going to press and squeeze back to 90. Press and squeeze back to 90. Now your right triceps like, wait, I feel like I'm still working. Press, squeeze back to 90. If you have a soft bend in your knees, squeeze that tricep and then give me that big release. 8 and 7. Good. 6 and 5. We pulse in 4. In 3, we pulse in 2. Little presses down at the bottom of that range for me. Press 10. Because your right side is tired, I need you to fight to give me that squeeze at the bottom, even if you need to lower that band a little. 8 and 7. We hold in 6. We hold in 5. Keep fighting. 4 and 3. Final 2 on 1. Just hold. On 1, just hold for me. Breathe. You have 8 seconds right here. 7 and 6. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Last change. Take both wrists through that band. Reach it forward and just press out and hold. Relax your shoulders for me. Just press and hold. Press, press, press and hold. Yes. No tricep extensions behind us. I just need to hold. It is 30 seconds, but you're already 10 seconds into it. What I need you to think about is, can you bend your knees? Can you engage your core? Can you contract and just press, 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 press? Let about 10 seconds left. 9, 8, and a rest. 7 and 6. You're there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we rest. Drop that band down. You get a break from it for a second. Little burst of like cardio movement of those legs. So option here, you can go faster or slower. We're starting slow. Just a hint of balance mixed with a little bit just to get your heart rate up. So from here, no props or bands needed. I want you just to stand at the front of that mat. We're going to alternate in our lunges. It's so funny. Amy, we haven't done a lunge, I feel like, in weeks. And so you're back and here they are. So take that right leg for me. You're going to bring me down, tap that mat, step up, switch sides. So we're going into an alternating lunge, but it's slow. This is almost just to like reignite those legs, your arms, full body is moving here. You do not need to rep these out. Step back into your right side, step together, step back and that left. Drive through whatever heel is up front as you're sinking back down, and then you squeeze to lift for me. You have about 20 seconds left. We stand. We have single leg reaches in that deadlift, but we're going to do 30 seconds each side just to find that balance, just tricking that body. You've got it. 8, 7. Stay in your lunges. 6 and 5. You have 4 and 3. Final 2. Come back to center on 1. Right leg, flex your foot, drive that knee up. You have the option to reach and extend, pull back in, or you can stay in prayer with your extension. But now it's about your balance, and I want the knee lift at the top. Because you were just in your lunges and we made a quick transition, you're going to feel a little wobbly potentially for the first one. But then I want you to think, I want you to get into your back hamstring and then your lower abs. So you're going to drive that knee up and then you're going to extend that heel to the back of the room. Toes face down, hips are going to stay square. You have less than 15 seconds. We go right into the other side. So heart rate's going to start to come up in a second here. 5, 4, we switch sides in 3. You're gonna set both feet down, reset in 2, finish it out, reset, hold. I want you to take that left knee up now. As you extend it to the back of the room, you bend that right knee, drive your heel down, let your toes wrap on that mat, and then go into those nice single leg reaches. 20 seconds to go right here. You're gonna bring both feet down. You go into your squats. Final changes in your squats. That's when heart rate comes up just a little bit more. I want you to think about, can I just burn out, fire up those legs right here. Hold on to it, 10 and 9. You have 8 seconds. 7, don't lose it. 6 and 5. You stand in 4, in 3. Everyone gives me 1 more, in 2. And then you bring both feet down, heels turn in, toes turn out. We've got squats to finish it out. Here's where I'm gonna give you a couple options. You're gonna go right into your single, just that all the way down body weight squat. I need you to squeeze those cheeks as tight as you can at the top. You're not thrusting, you are just squeezing right into that lift in your glutes. Extra challenge, first option is to start raising to the balls of your feet. So as you come up, it's that Superman movement. You squeeze your triceps and then you sink back down, you pray. As you're in these, I'm gonna tell you when you get to your 10-second mark, if you wanna add a jump, you can do a little jump squat. If you do not want to, you don't have to. Know that you have a hold at the end of this. Here we go. You have 15 seconds. So in 5 seconds, if you want to jump, you can. In 3, in 2, here's your final 10 seconds. Just rep those squats out. 10 and 9. Nice work. Go 8 and 7. You're there. In 6, you hold. In 5, all the way at that bottom. In 3, nice, Amy. 2 down. Everyone hold. Down at the bottom, hold. Down at the bottom, hold. Hold, hold, hold. Options here. Extra challenge. Hands come behind your head. That nice little prisoner squat. Option to reach out in front of you, or option to hold that prayer. I need 20 seconds from you. Drive through your heels, wiggle those toes. Think about how strong your glutes are. You're spreading the floor with your feet. You're squeezing through, pressing those knees apart. 10 and 9, you rest in 8. You can do this. Do not come up any higher. Fight to stay low. Let your muscle change. 3, 2, 1, and you rest. We stand. Beautiful. Everyone takes a sip of water. We're headed back down to that mat for some nice little abs. We're not going to use any props. We got sick of that band, but I was so excited to do those clams with you. I almost did them the other way. So sit down on that mat. No plank to get there. We're just going to sit all the way down. From here, before you lay down on that mat, I want you to take your heels and I want you to drive your heels into the mat. It'll take things out of your hip flexor. Now, I want you to hold on to the back of your legs. And now I want you to start scooping and rounding through that belly. So think about it as if someone just came and scooped it out. So you don't have to go all the way down yet. Just find a couple inches and tuck your tailbone under. Advanced group on, so we can do these. All you're gonna do is tuck down an inch, lift up an inch. So it's not my shoulders, it's a tuck scoop from my lower belly into that pelvic region. Tuck, scoop, and release. Tuck, scoop, and release. Good. These actually are much more challenging than they look if you squeeze and contract through your lower belly, like that little scoop of yogurt and right back out. You've got 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2, elbows stay wide. Hold on 1 for me right here. Take that left hand, reach it over that right knee. Now scoop down an inch and up an inch. It's so tiny. I need you to just contract, release. Option to reach that right hand 2. In 4, we hold. In 3, good. In 2, last 1, bring that right hand back behind, left hand behind. Right hand comes over that left, and now we come down an inch and up an inch. A little bit of pressure on that lower back, but if you scoop and tuck from that tailbone, you'll feel the contraction in your lower abs. For 3, option to reach that left hand for that last couple right here. In 2, last 1, hold, come through the center. Now don't hold on to anything, just reach forward if you want that extra challenge. For 6, 5, good. 4 and 3, final 2. Keep reaching. It's a 3 countdown all the way. 3 and 2 on 1, you reach right back up. 3, good. 2 on 1, you reach right back up. If you drive your heels down, your feet will stay down for you. If you were to put them flat, they might start to come off of the mat. The closer your feet are, the harder this is going to be. You have 15 seconds left in this full range. I want you coming down slow as molasses to tuck that tailbone, take the exhale and reach your hands back up. In 5 seconds, you get to stay all the way down to the bottom of your mat. In 3, good. In 2, feet come into tabletop, hands reach up overhead, lay all the way down.
Big inhale. On the exhale, lift all the way up. We reach right arm, left leg, flex through everything for me. And then reach that opposite side. Good. Big reach in that dead bug. If you need to lower head, neck, and shoulders, you can. But think full body movement. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. You're coming down to that last couple minutes. So you're right here. We're going to go right through. So we're going to not take a break. If you need a break, you take it, but stay in that dead bug for 15 seconds. Hands will come behind your head after this. And we're going to go into some bicycles, slow and controlled in 5, 4, 3, 2, lower down for me. Hands come behind your head, point through your toes. Take a big inhale, lift back up. We bicycle, center, switch, center. Good. Bicycle, center, switch, and center. Notice our pace. It's slow. It's slow. I want you to start giving me a 2 count hold to each side. Switch, hold for 2. Go through that center over to that other side. So no more center hold. It's just 2 counts on each side, fighting to get up 1 inch higher every time. And now rep it out here. Just switch and switch. Yes, you can. If you cannot twist, you're just going to come right up to center, which is fine. I need 15 seconds right here. Yes, you can. Switch right and left. Switch right and left. You have 10 seconds. Don't lose it because you're headed into your plank to finish it out in 8, in 7. Yes, you can. It's 6 more twists. It's 5 more twists. Higher and further twisting. 3. Good. 2 on 1. Knees come into your chest. Rock yourself up and get right into your forearm plank. This is where you finish. Final minute of work, right in that forearm plank. I don't think, Amy, you've had the pleasure of knowing what it's like when it just cuts off now. So I like to talk you through your last little bit of forearm plank to tell you how much I love you guys and how hard you work today. Lots of good work with the band. Hold on to this. You still have 30 seconds. Take a big inhale here, friends, and really think about zipping through that inner thigh. Can you squeeze as tight as possible? Lift your hips up just a hair and find that cup. I want you squeezing from that center booty. Feel the work you did today, pressing that mat away from you. You're out in 10 seconds. You'll find that child's pose and you'll take a big breath. I won't be on Saturday, but I'll be back next Tuesday and Thursday. We might even add another during the week. Thank you, ladies. Take your rest in 3, in 2, in 1. You made it.